The MMO genre is dead and I'm kinda tired. I know what you're thinking. STIX, no, the MMO genre isn't dead. We have so many great looking MMOs coming. Maybe, sure. STIX, we have so many incredible MMOs that are still alive. Sure, WoW, Final Fantasy XIV, Guild Wars 2, maybe Black Desert, maybe ESO. All games that are a minimum of a decade old, which means there really hasn't been a single good, high quality MMO that has remained relevant released in the last decade. I'm tired because there just doesn't really seem like there's a whole lot to cover. There just doesn't seem like there's really a whole lot to play. I started this channel back in 2017, and over the course of the last 7 years, I've shifted the direction of the channel, the focus of the channel numerous times. We started as a gameplay channel, we shifted towards news, we started doing both gameplay and news, we started doing reviews. At present, I've played every MMO. At present, there is very little in terms of news for new MMOs. I've reviewed every single MMO or close enough to it. And while I still plan on covering MMOs in each respective year, in a slightly different way, I'm sure if you've looked at my channel recently, you'll see that I've taken a new direction with regards to covering MMOs in 2024. It's gotten to a point where I just feel like there isn't really enough that warrants full-time coverage of MMOs, and I'm not the only one that feels this way. The Lazy Peon has been covering non-MMOs. Kira TV no longer covers MMOs at all. Josh Strive Hayes has another channel called Josh Strive Plays, which does even better than his MMO channel. And honestly, those are actually really good videos, by the way. Mitch Mannix is beginning to also distance themselves from MMOs just a little bit. Asmongold very rarely reacts to MMO content anymore. Content creators are just leaving the genre. Honestly, there's only so many times we can play a game or replay a game. And what future do we have to look forward to? Recently, Tower Fantasy released. That did horribly. Blue Protocol was supposed to release years ago. We're still waiting for that. We don't even know if it's gonna release in 2024 anymore. Throne and Liberty. God knows how that's gonna do. Both Blue Protocol and Throne and Liberty have failed horribly in their countries of origin. We have Ashes of Creation that is still in the early alpha stages of development. That is years and years away from releasing. The Riot MMO announced they are gonna go essentially radio silent for years, meaning this game is even further away than it was a few years ago when it was first announced. Arcade 2 was supposed to release in 2023, got delayed to 2024. Got delayed from 2024 to 2025 now. They shut down the original arcade server. They don't have anything. There's no arcades left for people to play. Chrono Odyssey was supposed to release in 2024. Chrono Odyssey got pushed back from 2024. Now it's releasing in 2025. That's if it releases in 2025. Olden Valhalla Rising was supposed to release in 2022. Got delayed to 2023, 2024. Now the company behind it has been silent for about a year. God knows if we're still even getting it. Grand Saga, that was released years ago in Korea and Japan. That was supposed to release globally years ago as well. You know what? We still haven't gotten it. They did confirm we're going to be receiving the game soon. What does that mean? Crimson Desert was originally being developed as an MMO. They decided it wasn't worthwhile anymore. They can make more money by having it not be an MMO. Dokkaevi was originally being developed as an MMO. You know what? That's no longer an MMO either. Why? The very same reason. It's more beneficial, more lucrative to not have it be developed as an MMO, to instead either have it as a single player or a multiplayer focused game. Dungeon Fighter Overkill, which was essentially the revamped Dungeon Fighter Online that was supposed to be an MMO, was confirmed to also no longer be an MMO. This is an MMO that I was super hyped for because it looked so good and played so good. Not an MMO anymore. Why? Because studios don't want to make MMOs anymore. It's just too difficult and not worth the investment, the time investment or the financial investment. Project BBQ, which was that beautiful anime MMO set in the Dungeon Fighter world, but completely open world and fully action. That's no longer an MMO. You know what it is? It's an Elden Ring Souls-like open world action RPG. Why is it no longer? Because MMOs suck now. That's just the long and short of it. You want to know the kinds of MMOs we're getting? Revelation M just launched. You know what Revelation M is? The mobile version of Revelation Online. I streamed it for about 4 hours. Not only was it autoplay, auto-pathing bullshit, but the quests, the voices themselves, all the voice acting, the translations were AI generated. They didn't even have a voice cast. They didn't even have a voice director. They literally let AI do everything. You know what else launched recently? Moonlight Blade M. Surprisingly, and I know this is gonna come as a shock to you, it utilized auto-pathing, autoplay, and AI voice acting, AI story, AI everything. These are actual abominations of games. These shouldn't even be classified as MMOs anymore. The MMO genre right now is just in this horrible state. Not only has this genre stagnated significantly over the course of the last few years, but innovation has been stifled. Studios don't give a fuck anymore. Studios just want to milk players for every single cent they can, and that is evident in the kinds of games that they're producing. Good MMOs have become rare. All of the talented developers seem to have migrated on over to creating high quality indie survival games. Look at Valheim, look at V Rising, look at Palworld. All critical, overwhelming successes, all appealing to the MMO crowd. Why? Because they allow for a large group of players to play a game together by offering them, providing them what they want, while also providing them a high quality experience. That is not what we get out of horrible quality cross-platform MMOs. We've covered a few different games on the channel in the last 6 months. Traha, Arcto Chronicles, these are Asian MMOs that are cross-platform compatible with PC and mobile. There are multiple more coming out, and all of them are going to suffer the same fate. They're all going to be equally as terrible, and none of us are going to want to play them. The future of the MMO genre is in a very bad state. There's literally nothing coming out in the foreseeable years that is going to retain our interest long-term. Blue Protocol was fun during the beta. By the time it comes out, there are going to be much better games than it. Wuthering Waves is a better game than it. Azure Primelia is a better game than it. Genshin Impact is a better game than it. Throne and Liberty is an inferior version of Black Desert. The reason it failed in Korea is because everyone already knows this. Every other game that comes out, or MMO that comes out, by the time they actually do successfully release, are going to be irrelevant. The MMO player base is slowly drying up, day after day, week after week, month after month. We're migrating to other games. Gacha games, single player, multiplayer RPGs, survival games. And that's just because, honestly, MMOs created these days just suck. And a lot of people are just growing tired of them, myself included. Now, again, this channel is going nowhere. This is just me sitting here exhausted, looking at all the horrible MMOs that are releasing, that have released, that I've covered, that I know I'm going to have to cover. And it's sad.